Hey, it's Kelly at Book and Paper Arts, and today I'm going to show you how to make a paper rose by rolling paper. You can make paper roses and flowers out of individual paper petals. It's a lot of work. This is very easy and very forgiving. Here is one that I made from some double-sided wrapping paper. And you see you can get a bunch of those and put them in a vase together. This is a smaller one that I've made out of a handwritten letter, and it's one that I wear as a boutonniere slash brooch with a jacket. The one I'm going to show you today is made from a map. This is a map and an atlas. What you're going to need is some paper and something to make a stem out of. And I'm going to talk about both of those in a mo. You also need a glue gun. Let's get started. Let's start off by talking about paper. You can use so many different kinds of paper. Wrapping paper, text, sheet music, and this makes a really good gift for someone who loves music. Mulberry paper, shopping bag. I've made them out of tea bags, tissue paper. So just be resourceful and use your imagination. This is from an old atlas that I got at a flea market for next to nothing. And I tore out the sheets and trimmed them. And now I'm getting ready to use it. And I want to say a word about the quality of the paper, because sometimes paper will be very old and it will break and just turn into dust as you fold it and roll it. So you're going to have to experiment with that. This is a newer, more robust, glossy paper, but even it could use a little bit of help. So what I do to get paper to be more forgiving for the process is I just crinkle the heck out of the thing. Okay, squish it and scrunch it, and then open it carefully. Make it, go ahead and let it get a little bit flat again, but so you can work with it. But you can see now that it's almost like a fabric quality. It's going to be a lot more easy to work with. Let's look at your backing now, your stem that you're going to put your flower on. I like this. It's a stick. And I got it at the garden section of Poundland. So all of these were like $1.50. Cha-ching. You can use a brochette skewer. Just mind the tip. What I like to do if I'm going to use this as a corsage or boutonniere or other wearable art is to use wire. Now, this is actually florist wire, so it's good for a flower. And I double it up because you're going to want to make it a little bit more robust. One layer doesn't cut it for me. So twist it, double it up there. This is where you're going to put a brooch pin or a corsage pin. And this is where you're going to start your rose. Now, here's the tricky part, and it's not so much tricky as it is fiddly. And all I can say is you're going to have to experiment and play with this a few times before you get the knack. I really can't show you how to make it perfect the first time. But once you do, it's dead easy. You want to find a shape and length that is good for you. I like working with this size. I have made them very big, and then I've made them tiny tea rose size, but I like this for myself. And what I did was I took 3 of the strips and glued them end to end. And now I have a nice healthy strip. I'm going to take my stem and my glue stick, and I'm going to go ahead and just start. Get that down there, about halfway-ish, and give it a couple of good rolls. And now you have the base to start rolling your rose. Going to fold that down and start twisting and feeding and squashing and bending and gluing. Like I said, it's very hard to explain what I'm doing. And partly that is because you see to the eye as you go along. And I can just say, please trust me. Get started. Don't be scared. It's only paper. And start letting the paper tell you where it wants to go. Give that just a little bit more tack. Make sure it holds. I'm going to hold it to make sure we've got a nice seal. Fluff it a little bit. Finesse my folds. But basically, there you have it. A cabbage rose. That you can put into a container or give away.